Hello brothers, today we will be talking about Ragnvaldr and what his goals were in the dungeon, what he accomplishes there, and his effects on the larger world of fear and hunger. When we select Ragnvaldr in his intro screen, we'll learn that he has the soul of the tormented. This means that every action he takes will be seeped in misery and struggle, but this will make him stronger both physically and mentally, until his iron will rivals even the gods. Ragnvaldr had a balanced childhood in Odegaard, with both his parents always present. His father taught him the art of war, with his choices of weapons being either a bow and arrow or an axe and shield. As winters grew colder and summers shorter in Odegaard, this caused a great hunger, so the men set sail, including Ragnvaldr, to the unknown west, in a desperate attempt to find food and riches to feed their people. After months of sailing, the sea saw no end, and some lay weak under the deck, while some embraced the cold, dark sea. As the weak met their fate, Ragnvaldr was left with a choice: to eat his dead comrades, or to not give in to the hunger. What was left of the men then discovered the continent of Vinland, a place never touched by a civilized man, tainted by ancient deities and gods that he never heard of, and what he witnessed left a mark that could never be washed away. He could either take souvenirs from Vinland or run back to the boat to leave. Independent of what choice you make, this is where they discover the Cube of the Depths. Ragnvaldr knew it was a bad idea to bring it back, but the choice wasn't his to make. The bad omens would soon reveal themselves, as when he returned after one of his many hunting trips, his worst fears came true, and he discovered that a mercenary army had raided his village. His village was burning, and his family was slain, the artifact stolen. Those who survived the raid described the army and its captain, who was the leader of the Midnight Suns. Ragnvaldr immediately packed his bags and left after him. When he learned the captain was taken to the dungeons of fear and hunger, he headed straight there to exact his revenge. Ragnvaldr's backstory shows us that his life was never easy. He was always struggling and in pain, no matter which way he turned, constantly forced to make hard choices. He is also the only character that can start with panophobia if you fail the coin flip when taking souvenirs from Vinland. He is also forced to deal with the unforeseeable consequences of others' decisions, which ultimately leads to his arrival and quest at the dungeons of fear and hunger, where he ultimately would have to deal with even greater suffering and torment at the hands of the twisted halls and demented monsters inside. When you're not playing as Ragnvaldr, you can be met a couple of times throughout the dungeon. The first time will be in the courtyard hidden behind the bookcase. He will fire an arrow at you and approach with another one ready. Hold it. I see. Seems like you still retain your sanity. In a way, it's reassuring to see that I'm not completely alone here. Tell me, are you evil? No. Only time will tell. You'd be surprised what you are truly capable of once you stay here long enough. But your presence here just means that these dungeons will claim one more victim, and the evil residing here will grow that much stronger. If I were you, I'd try to escape these ancient walls by any means necessary. For your sake, I hope our paths don't cross again here. Stay cautious in the dungeons. The evil in this place is of pure kind. It's not here just to torment us. It's not here to spread its roots into the surrounding world. Even if the dungeon's vile traps and decrepit monsters would lead you to believe otherwise, its interests are already past this world, and this place is a mere relic from its long history. If you talk to him again, you can mention that he seems familiar with this evil. Yes, my kind, the northern people of Odegaard, we found the dark continent of Vinland from the far reaches of the west. The moment you lay your eyes on the crooked mountains and the twisted forests of those lands, you feel the presence of a greater evil. It's that same evil that resides here. If you ask to travel with him, he will decline for now. He can next be found in the level 4 thicket. Oh, you again. You still alive? I guess I misjudged you previously. This place is truly curious, isn't it? They say these are the intestines of the god of the depths. That means we were inside an older god. The god of the depths? Yes. He is not that well known a god, as he is mostly worshipped by those who are forsaken and forgotten. His people often shy away from light, and prefer dark corners of the earth. If you've seen the cave dwellers yet, they prove my point quite well. The god of the depths is responsible for the layout of these dungeons. He is ever changing his shape to challenge the visitors. I'd try to please him if I were to delve deeper. Have you found what you're looking for? No, not yet. There is a man imprisoned somewhere in these dungeons. The man is something that shouldn't belong to any human. I'm here to retrieve it, and perhaps get rid of the man while at it. He carries an ominous energy with him. I'm not sure what to think of him. If you then ask him to join your party, he will mention how he doesn't trust you yet, and then change his mind, mention that there is clearly more to you than he initially expected, and it would be an honour to travel with you. These meetings with Ragnvaldr show us more about his character. He's clearly a good man at heart, he just doesn't trust people, and is a bit rough around the edges, especially in such circumstances, where putting your trust in the wrong person could get you killed. When meeting Ragnvaldr in the Void, wait, do you know what the Void is? If not, I'll quickly explain it. The Void is this dark place where a thick green hue spreads. You can only get here after sitting on the throne of Ascension, and must travel through here to meet your god form or the guards, depending on the ending. Anyway, back to Ragnvaldr. When you find him in the Void, you'll meet him next to a campfire, and he will be sat alone. Oh, it's you. I didn't think I would meet anyone in this abyss ever again. How long has it been? What do you mean we just got separated? Really? That's worrying. Either the time doesn't function properly here, or I'm losing my mind. Wouldn't be surprising if this place finally got to me. It happens to all of us, sooner or later. I'm starting to lose faith here. Maybe we were never meant to survive the darkness. But it's good, we are finally reunited. Let's continue together. Here, you can see Ragnvaldr's mind slipping. He's losing faith, but his resolve still isn't broken. And he's more than happy to continue travelling with you right away. This shows his tenacity, as despite everything he's been through, he will still keep going. While he might come off as just a big brute, he is actually very wise. We find this out through party talks, where he talks about the gods and myths connecting them. One of note is when he talks about the Maiden of the Depths, at the entrance to the thickets. This tree is, how'd you say it, magnificent. It's the Maiden of the Depths, the human bridge of the god that formed these dungeons. The two could never truly be together, being a mere human being and an older god. But despite the Maiden still tries to link the human world with the world of the gods, to this day. This proves that he is well versed in the world. He also knows the god of the depths on sight, as he will mention whilst we are in the cave dweller village. If we find Lagard dead, with Ragnvaldr in our party, Ragnvaldr will be glad to see him in such a state, saying, "Revenge feels like such a distant memory, now that I see the shadow of a man chained here. I'm glad I didn't have to taint my hands with his blood after all. Yet, I am glad to see him gutted here, like a pig." At the start, Ragnvaldr seems to pity Lagard, despite what he has done, but Ragnvaldr is still glad to see him dead. But, if you're able to get to Lagard in time, Ragnvaldr will be tense, and notice that he's making your character nervous, so you'll give them a faint smile, putting his grudge to the side for now. If you then make it to Mahabre, Ragnvaldr and Lagard will start fighting to the death. If you intervene, you'll ultimately have to fight Ragnvaldr, but if you let them fight it out, Ragnvaldr comes out on top, accomplishing his goals. Ragnvaldr's ending is speculated to be his S-ending, but not in its entirety. This is for a couple reasons. One of the main ones being that the god is alive and ascended into a new god that we meet in Termina. And in Ragnvaldr's ending, we would have to kill the new gods, which could oppose with Enki's S-ending, as Enki had to kill them for his ending, which we know did happen, as the existence of the Skin Bibles in Termina. So what I believe to have happened is that Ragnvaldr entered the dungeon, fought his way to the thicket, which is where we can recruit him. We then find the Eastern Sword, fighting off the spirit protecting it and purifying the blade. We then travel further down, discovering Lagard missing, which, upon discovering this, decides all the evils in the dungeon must die, whilst he's searching for Lagard. From here, we know he recruits Moonless, and most likely kills a Crow Mauler, because in Termina, Moonless has both the miasma and the Eastern Sword in his back. What could have caused this was Ragnvaldr giving into the corruption of the miasma, stabbing Moonless and losing his hold on the sword, leaving him only with the Eastern Sword. And Moonless, attacking him under the hold of the corruption of the miasma, Ragnvaldr plunges his Eastern Sword into Moonless to purify him, leading Ragnvaldr to realise he's got more to live for and more to lose, so he abandons his initial mission and leaves the dungeons with Moonless in tow. But that's not all to Ragnvaldr's story, as we know there's a certain other character in Termina, August. He is believed to be Ragnvaldr's descendant. This is for many reasons. One of the main ones is that the Moonless fight. He will interrupt saying she's an old family acquaintance, this along with him having a vendetta against Ragnvaldr, and trying to stop whatever he is trying to accomplish, even attacking him in one of the endings. Him using the same technique as Ragnvaldr when it comes to bows with Helm Splitter, and also saying remember these arrows when he attacks Ragnvaldr, either implying that he's attacked him before Termina, or the magic cast onto the arrows was used on Ragnvaldr by Ragnvaldr, but I think this is unlikely. However, it would be interesting. I think these are all pretty good indicators that Ragnvaldr carried on his fight against the darkness long after the dungeons, and was able to keep fighting even long after he passed. Hey brothers, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you.